Apex Madden Franchise.
It's going down in the Apex. It's going down in the Apex. Hope that you know I'm not basic. Step on the field, but I bring it. Ain't got no time to be wasted. Shoot for the win when I aim it. It's going down in the Apex. It's going down in the Apex.
Welcome to week 2 of the 2020 season of Apex Madden Franchise. We're going to go through some final scores, some trades, and just some things going on with the users in the league. I'm so excited that you're here, and without further ado, let's get started. As we look through week 2, it looks like the Bengals and the Browns had a 15-23 game. Joe Burrow's doing okay so far this year, but the Browns end up getting the win behind a good showing by Nick Chubb. I did not play my game, like I said. The Giants had some situation going on. We decided to fair sim, and I lost. Jacksonville, Tennessee, the Jaguars, they had some problems in week 1. Okay, they had some problems in week 1, and look, they played 9 times. So there were some connection problems. That's probably why the Jaguars user did not stick around. We got a new user. He's doing pretty well. He lost his first game, but I think he'll get better as the season goes on. This was a forced win for the Panthers. The Buccaneers had not joined the league. He has joined now, so that should be a regular opponent moving forward. Denver, Pittsburgh, this was a pretty good game. So we're going to travel to Pittsburgh as the Steelers had an early 6-0 lead. One of the trades they made was to Drew Brees, and this is why. If you're going to have a pretty fast receiver in Switzer, and Brees is going to be able to find him, the Steelers took a pretty big lead early on, 13-0. The Broncos not really having too many answers for them, but the Broncos user, he caught up. By the end of the second, look, 13-13, he's doing his thing, and he's actually coming into his own. He's a pretty young player, but here, he got the user strip fumble return for a touchdown. That's how you change momentum in this game, and that's what makes it really important that you're doing the right things as you go on. Now here in the fourth, Drew Lock, up 6, is going to find his receiver on 3rd and goal. That's Melvin Gordon. He just came over, and the Broncos are trying to run away with this. It's 32-20 game, but Drew Brees is here. He's going to drop back. He's just going to throw it up. That's just lucky animation. You just got to say what it is. Connor gets this lucky animation. He takes it in for a touchdown. It's still a 1-possession game. And on 3rd and 1, Drew Lock, he's going to see pressure. I guess he audibles out of it. And the Steelers, I'm not really sure what they're doing. They ran commit, and that's the easiest touchdown of Drew Lock's career. He's never going to find an easier touchdown. 40-26. They take a 14-point, basically 2-possession game. And then he's just going to throw it up, get intercepted, and the Broncos user falls down. They win 40-26. And looks like Minnesota lost to Indianapolis. Indianapolis, good job there. Scotty doing shit. And then Buffalo lost to Miami. Good division game between those two. They're both pretty good users. So this is going to be a good rivalry as we move forward. 49ers completely taking care of the Jets, 35-7. We're not even going to spend too much time on it. The Redskins. We talked about the Redskins before. They have a really good defense. And they can get stuff going on offense. They have Terry McLaurin. You know, let's see in this game what they did. They ran the ball. Yeah, that's what you got to do. The Washington offense, look. They're doing their thing. 18 carries, 206 yards, 4 touchdowns with their rookie. Now, I think he might have put a trait on him. I'm not 100% sure. But again, doing pretty well. Makes sense why even the real Washington football team let Adrian Peterson go today. As we move down, we have the Lions and the Packers. They didn't end up playing. This was a game that I really wanted to watch. A, because it's in my division. Secondly, because Detroit is Corey, who's one of my really good friends. He's also a Packers fan. And obviously, it was a Packers game. Didn't happen. This has to happen. And it's going to be on the channel next time, for sure. Okay, as we go through... Oh, this was a good game. The Chiefs and the Chargers. The Chargers, man. Look, if you're beating the Chiefs and you have some OP team, the Chargers are going to be a force this year. They're doing pretty well with Justin Herbert. Mahomes had a big game, but when you have 5 picks, things are not going to work out so well for you. Looks like not too heavy of a running game. Even Herbert had 5 carries. Interesting stat line here, but not too much to kind of go on. Hardman had a good game. Kelsey had a good game. Diggs. Oh, yes, there was a trade. There's a lot of trades that we're going to talk about. this was a good game overall. Oh, the Baltimore-Houston game. That was my favorite game of the week by far, because the Houston user has perennially won Super Bowls and leagues and franchises that I've been in. And the Ravens user is actually a really good user. He was the Saints last time he was in a league with me. He's got Lamar playing pretty well. And then we're going to travel to Houston as the Houston Texans take on the Baltimore Ravens. This was a game that I was really looking forward to, and it ended up being, it was a good game, but it wasn't what you would think. And I'll tell you why. Early on, first play of the game, he's going to drop back and find his receiver for a nice completion. I know the Texans are known for being pretty run heavy, but they were passing early. On 3rd and 6, Watson's going to drop back. The Ravens user does a great job getting this lurk, but this is the weirdest thing I've seen. He gets tackled, he fumbles, they pick it up, and you would think it would be Ravens ball. Booth review, and the ruling on the field is overturned to what? 4th and 72 for the Ravens. Madden, this makes no sense. The Ravens user ends up kicking the ball, and the Texans user kicks it back just to be a good sportsman, but you lose momentum, and it's such a bad look. Now, on the first drive again, he's going to drop back. He's going to find his receiver. It's still a 0-0 game, but the Texans are looking to score. And on the next play, they do score. It's hard to keep him out. Texans user is really good. Now, 10-0 game, 50 seconds left. And once again, Lamar, you gotta put the ball a little bit out in front. He gets intercepted. They're not doing too hot. They throw a pick, though. So the Texans throw a pick. Ravens get the ball back, and then they throw a pick. This was like pick, momentum shifting all over the field. Still a 10-0 game. It was really, really defensive, and it's good to see that with so much happening. Looks like there was another pick, and the Texans, they're trying to make something happen. 10-0, 18 seconds left in the game. There's not much you can really do. You just got to set it up. But if you throw to Will Fuller, you'll get some play. Ends up being a huge play. Touchdown, 17-0 right before the half. I know that's got to be a killer. The Ravens trying to answer back. They run play action for some reason, and Lamar's going to just toss this up. Gets caught. Pass interference. Weird calls. Madden, you got to do a better job, especially when two really good users are going at it. This game was really flawed. And I was really excited about it because I thought it would be a good game. Looks like he gets a little busy. Hollywood Brown gets a touchdown. One possession game, keeping it close. See, it's still a close game. The Ravens had to overcome a lot, it looks like. And then here, he's going to drop back. He's going to just look for a receiver. And they're just going to keep chugging down the field. 17-10. Texans looking to make a couple of plays, get a bigger lead. On 3rd down, he does get the conversion. 17-10 game. Man, I tell you, these plays, there's so many that I just had to put a bunch of them in there. Looks like he's going to get busy again. And this time, he gets the completion. Look, he was just getting all these calls, all these catches. And momentum was going strictly against the Ravens. Even here, bad angle by the Ravens. 24-10. 2-possession game. There's only 4 minutes left. Like, how much can you really do, especially against a really good user? But if you got Hollywood Brown, you just kind of throw it up, man. Sometimes you got to do it. Cover 2 looks like, and 1-possession game, 24-17. Here we are. It's really, really close. But again, Sean's gonna roll out, find Fuller. Looks like that's one of his favorite receivers. He's doing a lot of crosses with him. He's getting busy and getting active with it. The Ravens here have everything pretty much locked up, and Watson's going to run up the middle. See, that's the thing you got to be careful of with these running quarterbacks. Even when you have everything covered, they can just kind of run up. Nice little Texas route to get down to the 2-yard line. Now on the 1 on 2nd and goal, he's going to run it in. If you're going to give him that, he'll take it all day. So, 2-possession game again. The Ravens trying to keep it close. Only a minute 25 left. Looks like he's coming out in pretty heavy pressure. He's going to throw it up, but this time it gets picked. Lamar couldn't make it happen. Pretty much game at that point. But a good game between these two. I'm sure they will meet in the playoffs. 31-17. It does look way more dominant than the game actually was. Good job by the Ravens user. Later, and then we have this was the game of the week. We had the Patriots and Seahawks. They're not big fans of each other. I've been in a franchise with both of them before. They do not like each other, and this game got heated. I'm so annoyed about this. We had the whole game streamed, but the stream didn't save. I don't know why people stream on Twitch. It is what it is. Change the settings, make it happen. Great game overall. The Seahawks ended up pulling it out in the end. But look at this. You know it's a good game when it's not too many turnovers. Yeah, look at this. 10 attempts, 11 attempts. This was a running game. Chris Carson had 20 rush attempts. And even the Patriots, look, they're going to run all day. This was a good game. I'm really sad that this was not on the channel, but we're going to make it happen in the future. Now, we're going to go through some transactions. There's been a lot of good transactions that have been happening, and I'm going to go through them just to kind of let everyone know who's where, what's really happening in the league. So, if we go all the way, I'm going to go to traded, and I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to start with week 1. So one of the biggest trades to start off the league, huge trade. The Bills and the Chargers traded Stephon Diggs and a lineman, Quentin Spain, for Desmond King and a draft pick. Decent trade. Looks like the Bills really didn't want to work with Diggs, which is sad because he just got traded there. But they wanted some safety help and some, secondary help. They got that. Not too much of a huge trade there. Now, this was a huge trade for me, like I mentioned last week. I got Drew Tranquil for a third. Pretty decent value, I'd say. If you have a good draft, and we have a good draft class, this is going to be a pretty good pick. But Drew, I put my X Factor on him, so he is looking pretty good. There was a trade. Josh Allen went to the Steelers in return for James Washington and the first-round pick. Starting quarterbacks are hard to find. Starting quarterbacks with 99 throw power are really hard to find. My biggest problem with Josh Allen is that he has paranoid sense of pressure, and he's going to throw picks, but hopefully they can make it work. We're looking at the Panthers and the Raiders. They had a trade, and then the other trade that happened was I got a first-round pick, next year's first-round pick, wide receiver, rookie Denzel Mims, who's a superstar, and I got Damon Harris. I didn't really need him. That was more of a cap thing, but I traded away a 31-year-old Buster Skrine, and I have a rookie that I wanted to start anyways, and Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson was asking way too much money, but this was a good trade. He got 2 starters. I got 2 starters, and hopefully, we have a first-round pick for next year. I did trade away a 6th, not too crazy of a deal. This was another big trade. We had the Jets and the Jaguars. Look at this. The Jets traded Le'Veon Bell. We know Adam Gase was having trouble with Le'Veon Bell, but apparently the new Jets user was too. He traded away a 6th, Patrick Onwuasor, just like a fast linebacker, and Le'Veon Bell for Chris Thompson, ex-Redskin, and Miles Jack. That's a good pickup for the Jets. They traded away some of their other linebackers, so this was a good pickup for them. Miles Jack has an X factor on him, so he's a pretty beast card. They did another trade involving picks, it looks like. A lot of things went. All right. Stephon Tuitt also went to the Jets. The Jets have been active. They traded away Avery Williamson, Bradley McDougall, Jamison Crowder, and they got a wide receiver in return. Good trade between two relatively close good trade between the Jets and the Steelers. The Jets are looking to be competitive this year. They're not messing around. They're doing a pretty good job.
So we went through the scores from week 2 and some of the transactions that have happened so far. We're going to continue to fill you in on what's happening in the league, how the teams are doing as we get later down the line. Hopefully I'll actually play some games. I have the Falcons next week, so that should be a good game, but I'll see you next time. Make sure to like and subscribe.